Hi, this is my consumer insight presentation with a special spotlight on CoppaFeel. Here we go. This is a bit of introduction and background. So the charity that I'm looking at is actually CoppaFeel. They're a breast cancer charity centred in the UK. They were started in 2009 by Chris and Marion Halligan. They actually started when Chris was diagnosed with incurable cancer at 27, and she was inspired to start the charity. It's a not-for-profit charity, and it's actually its core emphasis is put on educating young men and women on how to check themselves for symptoms of breast cancer. They actually instate and give you the tools of an eight-step program and many other visual symptoms of how to spot and check yourself for breast cancer. The cornerstone of its efforts are to change attitudes and perceptions. And you can see in the top right hand corner there, their market is really funneled to breast cancer itself and young people under the age of 30. A little bit of theory. So the overall goal of CoppaFeel is to reach the internalisation stage identified by Solomon and become a part of someone's value system and everyday routine. So that 8-step program and that weekly routine of checking yourself for symptoms of breast cancer. As Vestinger highlighted, cognitive dissonance. For CoppaFeel, the cognitive dissonance is that people think that checking yourself isn't important. I don't have the power to do that, when in fact you have that power, of course, and you can be a huge tool in detecting breast cancer right there by listening to CoppaFeel's message and using their tools. Another element that they use to try and make this message reach more people is celebrity endorsement. Celebrity appeal from people like Fern Cotton and Rihanna, so even the UK-based celebrities and even international, who are ambassadors for CoppaFeel, who are massively active in the youth market and sphere. They are huge influences, and when you think about CoppaFeel being quite a relatively new charity, just started in 2005, they can definitely give credibility and attractiveness to CoppaFeel itself and really help push and persuade people to listen to their message. Some more theory as well. If we look at Katz and his attitude theories, the utilisation function, reward and punishment. For CoppaFeel, the overarching reward is having a detection of any sort of breast cancer, and overall, even if you're not ever diagnosed in your lifetime with any breast cancer, having that peace of mind to know that I know how to check myself, I know the tools that I can use to ensure that, as far as I know, I'm absolutely healthy. Also relates as well to the ego defensive function, forming that attitude towards protecting your self-image and just yourself as a whole. One of the unfortunate probably ramifications of having late-stage breast cancer is losing a breast, which could heavily affect someone's ego and their self-image. So I think listening to CoppaFeel's tools and their message could really help protect that. Also, value expression function, contributing towards the digital self with an increased emphasis on shareability. So lots of CoppaFeel's messages are very shareable. They have bright colours, really attractive images, and a lot of them attractive in the means that they're very well put together. Often feature celebrities, so people want to share them. It's also a really positive message that helps towards a positive co-construction of a self-image, not only for the person that's sharing them, feeling positive that they're sharing something that's positive for the world and that can actually help people, but also other people that are seeing that image and thinking that thinking about that person and their good contribution to their peers, of really bringing that knowledge forward to them. Also, I think CoppaFeel uses a lot of other tools to increase involvement. You can see a list just there. They use humour, although cancer is a very hard-hitting subject. Humour can be a really effective communicator, especially in the youth market. Telling a story as well. CoppaFeel often share diagnosis journeys, from diagnosis to cure, even in the worst times. Worsening of a diagnosis, really helping make the message humanised, and really and showing that it really can happen to anyone. Building relationships as well, communication, again for the youth market, especially online, needs to be quick. People need to respond quickly because, especially in the youth market, people expect things to be instant. So having the CoppaFeel team be really quick with responses is key for them, and they really ensure that they do that. In terms of continual participation as well, CoppaFeel offers loads of challenges that that people that are consuming the CoppaFeel message can do, from marathons to even climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, or even on a local basis. Most UK universities actually now have a CoppaFeel society or team, which go around the university campuses and spread as CoppaFeel say, the Boog message across to all their peers, which can often be much more hard-hitting than someone else telling you the message. When you're hearing it from a peer, people seem to trust it a lot more, which can really help push CoppaFeel again. In terms of one of their other main tasks, CoppaFeel are trying to remove the perceived obstacles that people highlight when they're thinking about checking themselves for any signs of breast cancer. One of them being time, so I haven't got any time to do that. Maybe even memory of I forgot to do it. I always forget to do it. Even how to do it. CoppaFeel really offer to remove those obstacles in all of their advertising. So on the left there, you've got a sticker which actually sticks onto the wall of your shower, showing you how to do it, and also with the slogan there, shampoo, condition, CoppaFeel, just try and make it and normalise it, and encourage you to normalise it into desired behaviour as just as easy as having a shower, just to ensure that you check yourself at the same time, making it into that routine. Also a sticker there you can see in the middle, just to even more hit home the message. And on the right there is probably their most effective means of removing obstacles. CoppaFeel actually have a free SMS text service that you can subscribe to and get a message once a week from CoppaFeel, just reminding you to make sure you check yourself. Also, you're using humour there as well, roses are red, violets are blue. Just trying to really tap into that youth market and just make it more of a friendly encouragement, more than a maybe parental sort of shoving towards checking yourself. I see the company's use there, so you can see celebrity is huge. As I mentioned before, about 1 in every 6 posts on Instagram feature a celebrity, so they make sure they use that celebrity appeal hugely. You can also see that pink is a big theme throughout CoppaFeel's content, online and in person. They try to associate the colour of pink with all of their advertising, which you can really see it's key there. In terms of CoppaFeel's biggest competitor, I would say that's probably Breast Cancer Research UK, or CR. Their overall goal is to prevent all forms of breast cancer. Their message is spread quite much more thinly. They span across all types of cancer, all ages. Also, the message is also with prevention, awareness, and research. So they have a much larger watered down marketing spread, which CoppaFeel doesn't have to do. They have that really funneled audience of just breast cancer and people under 30. However, this does mean that they secure a lot more money. They have much wider reach, actually nationally recognisable brand and effective in itself. In terms of theory, there's definitely enduring involvement, which involves a consistent and prolonged association with cancer research. It tends to be a stronger level of involvement as charity is so well established. It's often a generational association as well, as people have families that support the charity as it has been around for decades. People often as well leave money in their wills and stuff, so they have an even prolonged donation scheme there. You can see some adverts as well there as well. You can see that also for them, blue is a key theme throughout their adverts, as CoppaFeel does as well. But you can see that their message is much more thinly spread. So they've got children, older people, bowel cancer, breast cancer, awareness and prevention, and research as well, donations. So it's much more thinly spread. To conclude, I think CoppaFeel are doing an excellent job in promoting their cause. Social media has been expertly used. Celebrity appeal also. I think hopefully with a prolonged existence and growth, they can corner more of the market and maybe take some of the tasks that Cancer Research UK are doing on breast cancer and really bring their flair to it. In terms of improvements, I think focusing on the ego defensive could work, as Cancer Research do so well. they tug on your heartstrings, see with the children, with the child there and the older people actually receiving treatment. Actually seeing the effects of cancer in adverts like this can really hit home the message and actually truly shock viewers into lifestyle changes. Thank you for listening. There's some references there as well, sorry. Thank you.